Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in again to another episode of Silly Strategics. And today I'm going to be talking about and discussing range belts and how I have my range belt set up and how I try to keep it as minimal and as simple as possible because it just makes everything easy and runs smoother at the range. That's today's topic. So range belts. First of all, understand that there's really no right or wrong way to set up your range belts. Your range needs is probably going to differ from my range needs, and whatever you're training, whatever you're working on, you might have your belt set up for whatever situation or whatever training that you're going to be doing. And understand that just because you set up your range belt this way today, it doesn't have to stay like this. You can change it and rearrange it for whatever you want. So every time you're going to the range, if you're going to be working on pistol, you can set up your range belt to add more pistol magazines or whatever. If you're going to be working on rifles, you can set it up to have more rifle magazines. So you can set up your range belt any way you want to. So there's no wrong way, there's no real right way. It's just whatever way is going to work for whatever training or whatever task, whatever drills you're going to be running that day. That's how you want your range belt set up for your needs. Not everybody else is on the internet. Alright, so I'm going to go to a quick detailed breakdown on how I have my belt set up for my needs and why I have it set up the way I do. So first of all, I have a Safariland duty belt right here. It has the inner rigger's belt, and then you have the quick detach outer belt, which sticks on with Velcro, as you can hear. And I love this quick release setup because I can have it set up like right now. The way I have it set up where half the belt is running through my belt loops and the other half is on top of it. It's some complicated reason. It's just, there's no specific reason why I have it. I just have it set up that way for me personally. And one of the reasons why I have, as you can see, I have it running through over my belt loops, and then I have the rigger's belt on top, is because I have my holster running high. My holster is running high on my hip because that's how I'm used to carrying duty type pistols, having the holster set up high. So I have it set up high in the Safariland RDS retention holster. I just have it set up high and I have it set up running through my belt loop, so I don't need to have that leg strap because I really don't like having that leg strap in between running through my thighs, and it just makes me feel like real compressed, and I don't like that feeling of having that strap on my leg. So I like to have my holster running high. It can come out the holster, my pistol can come out the holster flawlessly and effortlessly coming out my holster without much movement of the holster. The holster is a Safariland RDS quick release holster, and it's a security retention holster with the RDS protection, as you can see right here. This protects your red dot system that you have on there. Flip it over and you can just flip it down, and then it's a security holster too, so you can't just pull the gun out. You have to press the little security button so you can release the pistol to come out the holster. In front of my holster, I have an admin pouch. I like this pouch because you can use it for a variety of different things. There's a slot right here for pens or markers. If you want to mark your shots or whatever, you can put a little tool in there to adjust your RDS, your red dot system. It has a little pouch. It has an extra pouch right here. I usually keep a knife in here, or I keep extra magazine, an extra pistol magazine, or a Gerber or a knife or whatever. And I like that it secures it on there, so if you're tumbling and rolling and running around, your stuff that you have in this external pouch is not going to fall out. Another reason I like this admin pouch right here is, for one, I carry my phone in the back of it, in one of the pouches. So I have my phone here, I keep my phone in there, and I can keep it secure. I like that. I can either keep it open, I can keep it zipped open like this, like halfway open, so that way I can still hear and see my phone. So if I get a text message or if I get a phone call from someone, I can actually still hear it, and I can get to it really quickly, or I can completely secure it and zip it all the way over. And in the second pouch, in this admin pouch, you can put anything in here. You can put papers, you can put extra magazines. What I usually use this second pouch for is to carry an extra rifle magazine. I usually keep an extra rifle magazine there, and it stays put. It stays put. If I zip it up as much as I can, like right there, I I can run around and I can move around and I can jump, and this magazine is not gonna go anywhere. So I usually keep an extra rifle magazine in there, and I can keep another one if I want to. If I know I'm gonna be doing rifle drills and I'm gonna need more magazines, I'm gonna need more rifle magazines. I usually keep 2 extra rifle magazines if I'm not running around and doing anything crazy. I keep 2 extra magazines on there. So moving on to the left side. So I have my shot timer right here. I just keep it on a little loop. I think it's perfect. It's a little loop that comes on the belt, and it's perfect for my shot timer, so that's why I usually keep it. It's not in the way, it's not getting in my way. I can get into my pocket still. If I need to get into my pocket, I can get to my magazines. Moving on, I have 2 pistol magazines. I'm trying out these new retention holsters for the magazines, and so far they're pretty good. I like how easy the magazines come out of them, and I like how they retain the magazines. You can run, you can jump, you can roll, and you can do stuff in the magazines. You're not going to go flying, so I like that. So I have 2 pistol magazines on this side, and then right behind of it I have a rifle magazine, and it's the same thing. I like the way how it retains the magazine on them, so when I'm doing training they come out real easy. Stick them in there, push them down, and it's not going to go anywhere unless you actually pull it out. Behind my rifle magazine, I have a tourniquet. I keep a tourniquet right here. In my old belt setup, I used to have a first aid kit back here in place, but now I replaced the first aid kit that I had, and I replaced it with a dump pouch because I realized that the first aid kit that I had was pretty big and bulky. This right here. This was the first aid kit that I have. It had everything that you need to treat any type of wounds in this first aid kit. And I used to have it in the back right here, and that's how I used to run it before. You know, when you sit down and you get into a car, it just gets in the way if you're doing any type of drills and it just gets in the way a little bit. So I just removed it, and normally when I go to the range, I'll either attach this to my kit, whichever one of my kits I'm wearing for the range. I'll either attach it to the front of it like this, or I'll attach it to the back somewhere. I'll attach it somewhere to the kit where it's not in my way. Anytime I go to the range, I always make sure that I keep my first aid kit with me. I take it and I bring it with me. I'm gonna hook it up to my belt real quick just to take it to the range, and then if I really want to, I can run it like this. I could run the first aid kit on front of my belt like this if I really want to, and it's a quick release with these straps, so I can strap them down to my front like this if I really want to have my first aid kit with me, and it wouldn't affect any one of my kits that I'm wearing. It's not going to get in the way. So if I really want to have my first aid kit, this is how I would have it. I would strap it to my front belt, and this is how I would run it. And like I said, it's pretty soft, so I don't have to worry about it hitting me in the junk. It's nothing that's going to hurt too much, and that's what I do with my first aid kit. I either take it off if I don't need it, but I keep it close by, or I just keep it attached to my belt in the front like this, and this is how I run it, kind of like a fanny pack. In the back, I have a fold-up dump pouch, and I usually use that fold-up dump pouch for empty magazines, or I might carry extra magazines in there. I might carry my snacks in there. I might carry a drink in my dump pouch. I can just get to it. It's not in the way. And what I like about it is that you can fold it up, so it's not just hanging, flapping around in the back. You can fold it up and make it nice and neat like it is right here. And if I need it, I can just pull the string, pull it down, and it's going to open up. So that's basically my belt setup. A couple of specific things I noticed with a lot of people's belts. A lot of people, to me, I think a lot of people have a lot of unnecessary stuff on their range belt. I try to keep my stuff as simple as possible and as light as possible because it's just less weight that I have to worry. I think the only change I might do is I might get the adjustable quick release slot for the Safari line, because I might try running the holster a little bit lower. But the thing about running it lower is that the lower you run your holster, the more wiggle and play it's gonna have. I like it high because it just comes out and it's less wiggle and it's less play, because it's high up against your hip and it just comes out real easy without having too much play. I train with this and I practice with this holster, so I'm already kind of used to it, but I feel like I can get a faster draw maybe if I just drop it just a little bit more. I think I can get a little faster draw and I can come out the holster a little bit faster. So I'm going to play around with that and see if I'm going to keep it high like how it is, or if I'm going to drop it a little bit lower, and I'm just going to see how I decide to go with it. Just remember, the basic things that you want to have on your range belt is you want to make sure you have a first aid kit, if not on your belt, accessible. You want to make sure you have a tourniquet for sure. In case anything happens, you can tighten up a wound real quick and stop the bleeding. And you want to have an admin pouch so you can keep whatever you have in there. Like I said, I usually keep an extra magazine or two in this extra pouch. I have my phone in this pouch right here. because I'm going to have quick access to my phone. Just make sure that you set up your belt to your specific needs. Don't go online and just get all these tactical high-speed guys and get all their advice. And
you need to have this, and you need to have that, and you need to have a knife, and you need to have a machete, and you need to have a hatchet on your belt, and you need to have this. And
set up your belt for your needs. However you feel the most efficient your belt is going to work for you, set it up so it's more efficient to your needs and your wants and your training capabilities. Set up your belt to work for you,
not for everybody else.
Because my needs and your needs are two completely different needs. So set it up to how you need it, set it up to how you want your belt set up so you can train, and set it up so you can get the best training that you can get from your belt and your setup. So that was just a quick insight on my range belt, my bug out belt, my training belt, my duty belt, whatever you want to call it. This is just how I have my stuff set up. Like I said, you can set up your belt however you see fit. Set up your belt for your needs, for your training needs, and just go from there. And remember, nothing is set in stone. So if you set it up a certain way and it doesn't work out for you when you're actually training, and you see, okay, maybe I need to move my holster a little bit more to the front, or maybe I need to shift my holster a little bit to the back, maybe I need to shift this and shift that. If you got to shift stuff around to get it to work for you, then do that. Just remember, it's not set in stone. Just because it's set up like this right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to change it when I go to the range and I do some type of drill, and I see, okay, you know what, this might work better if it's a little bit more this way, or if it's a little bit that way. This might work if I move this over this way and I change this. And just understand, it's always you're always evolving. Your gun belt is always going to evolve. The gun belt you start off with this month is probably going to be completely different 6 months from now or a year from now. Just remember, set up your gun belt, your range belt to your needs. Set it up to best suit your needs. Set it up that it's going to help you out the most. That's all I have for today. If you have any more questions about gun belts, and if you want any tips and suggestions or whatever, just go ahead and hit me up. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope this helps somebody out there with a basic understanding and setup on why you want to set up your belt the way you set it up. Set it up that's going to best suit you, not everybody else. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all in the next episode. Peace.